You're watching KCTV English News. I'm Hyung Shim. The local prosecutor's office submitted a written report regarding the compensation of exonerated victims of the April 3rd incident on May 8th. Attorneys of 18 survivors requested 5.3 billion won in total to compensate for the unlawful arrests. The sum was calculated based on multiplying the minimum wage to the period of detention and number of court appearances. The prosecutor's office requested the court to decide whether to indemnify the innocent victims and to consider the period of detention and psychological damages when calculating the amount of compensation. The provincial government is finding ways to secure its right to operate the island's new airport. Local officials are planning to do so by including a management scheme into the basic plan of the second airport. Governor Won Hee-dong stated on the 9th that he will work on devising a win-win plan with the Ministry of Land, Infrastructure and Transport during their discussions on the basic plan of the new airport. The governor stressed that it is his top priority to include management control over the airport and intercity road construction project into the basic plan. He also stated his plans to release a fixed agenda by the third week of May and hold a public hearing at the end of this month or early next month to gather local opinion. A committee opposing the Songaksan New Ocean Town Development Project held a press conference at the Provincial Council Meeting Hall on the 9th. Committee members said that the provincial government should cancel its approval of a Chinese company to develop the Songaksan area. They stressed that the province has caused huge damage to local historical and cultural heritage by indiscriminately accepting Chinese capital. More than 10,000 people joined the petition started by the Jeju Ole Foundation. The campaign was also joined by the Catholic Diocese of Jeju and other organizations to request the annulment of the local government's approval of the Songaksan New Ocean Town Development Project. They added that the small lodging facilities in Mosulpo will go out of business if a large player enters the already saturated industry in areas near the Songaksan Mountain. The Gwangju High Court's Jeju First Civil Affairs Division ruled that it is illegal for the province to set the retirement age of local street cleaners at age 58 based on a provisory clause in the collective agreement signed with the contracted labor union. The court rejected the local government's appeal against the 6 local street cleaners' appellate trial with Governor Won Hee-dong and admitted the plaintiff's claim. Officials set the retirement age of the contracted labor union members subject to the progressive retirement pay at 58 years old in a collective agreement signed in 2013. The court dismissed the agreement because it violated the Employment Promotion for Aged Act and confirmed the workers' retirement at age 60. The bidding success rate of local commercial facilities marked its lowest level since 2001. GG Auction, a research center specializing in auction market analysis, found only 2 successful bids out of 55 articles for auction in Jeju last month. This is a bidding success rate of only 3.6%, the lowest rate since 2001. GG Auction analyzed that the poor success rate was due to increased number of locals traveling overseas and decreased number of tourists from China. It's time again for Film Focus. Here's Mike Laitman with interesting movies in local theaters.
If you managed to find Detective Pikachu plane early last week, then well done. There will be many more showings to enjoy this weekend, but if you're not interested or have already seen it, then let me introduce you to a couple of Korean films. I mean, really, it's about time we branched out a bit, isn't it? Welcome to another edition of Film Focus. I'm Mike Laitman. From young director Jong Da-won comes Miss and Mrs. Cops, a comedy crime caper starring Lee Song-kyung and La Mi-ran, 2 sisters-in-law working together at a police department. Mi Young, who used to be considered the major crime unit's top cop, is stationed behind a desk after having a baby. She leads uneventful yet peaceful days, handling civil complaints and looking after her son and unemployed husband at home. One day, an overly enthusiastic detective, Ji-hye, the sister-in-law, is consigned to Mi Young's team. Neither is happy about sitting next to the other, but differences are pushed aside when a woman who had come in to file a report is run over in front of them. They discover the woman is the victim of spy cam porn. Has been threatened it will go up on a community site. Now, the two find themselves in the middle of an intense suicide case. You can tell from the title that this isn't going to be a heartwarming story. There are most likely going to be tears. Yumi's fiancé Taegu is currently working overseas in Nagoya, Japan. She decides to travel there to see him, only to find that he is in love with another woman. And not only in love, but engaged. Yumi falls into despair and wanders around the unfamiliar city of Nagoya. She happens upon the Endpoint Cafe and Guest House, where she decides to stay as a guest, meeting the people there and hearing their various stories. Here, in an unfamiliar place, she meets new people, her wounds slowly begin to heal, and she learns to move on. Memories of a Dead End is more about trying to find joy in the simple act of meaningless existence and trying to do so through specific life experiences. It's just a short, simple film about emotional healing. Good breakup movies can be hard to come by, something that Memories of a Dead End knows all too well. So if you're feeling down, well, this could be for you.
Enjoy a unique and modern take on the works of Gustav Klimt and Hundertwasser at the new Bunker de Lumière. Take pictures and rest at the Aura Green Barley and Rainflowers Festival. Taking a look at our weather, skies will be clear throughout the day. For more details, here's your forecast. The morning low in Jeju City will be 15 and the afternoon high will be 22 degrees. Temperatures down south in Seogwipo will be the same as Jeju City with a low of 15 and a high of 22 degrees in the afternoon. Over in Seongsan, the temperatures will be a low of 12, peaking at 23 degrees. Across the island in Gosan, we expect a low of 14 and a high of 21 degrees. And up on the mountain at Songpanak, we'll hit a low of 10, topping off at 19 degrees. Out on the water, winds will be out of the north and northeast at a speed of 6 to 9 meters per second, with seas between 0.5 and 1 meter. And here's what's in store for us over the next few days. Thanks for tuning in. Please follow us on YouTube at KCTV E-News Jeju. 시청해주신 여러분 고맙습니다.